A Montreal artist says the look of broken bodies has a mysterious appeal. She says repeating patterns and everyday objects can also look fascinating. Art critics agree, giving sculptor Laura Santini many international awards for her work. And even after her hands have completed a piece, her artwork still calls for the human touch. Artist Laura Santini's pieces invite viewer participation. Some find the Italian-born sculptor's oranges irresistible.
And in fact, many times people, walk by the sculpture and they say, "Oh, can I touch it?" because they think they're actually oranges. But, the oranges are in bronze.
This piece isn't complete without human assistance. Neither is this one.
The viewer is supposed to make up for the pieces that are missing. There is an interaction between the imagination of the viewer and the piece itself.
Broken figures intrigue her.
I'm interested in the contrast of, the full shape and the broken shape, the positive and the negative, the hollow and the full, those contrasts.
Fragmented classical statues surrounded Santini as a child. She spent the first 16 years of her life in Milan, Italy.
And it was just wonderful to be surrounded by art and culture, the first phase of my life.
After she'd moved with her family to Montreal, she considered unearthing more broken pieces as an archaeologist. Then she found her true passion in sculpting while studying art at McGill University. She almost discarded this school project.
I wasn't happy with it, so I decided to throw it away. So I split it open with my fingers, and I saw that the sculpture was a lot more interesting when it was broken rather than one piece. So from this, I started to sculpt other sculptures and to make a series out of them.
She made this bronze, called Sharky Waters, in the mid-1980s, while studying sculpture in New York City.
That piece is a little bit the interaction between myself and, the society there. It's a fast-paced society, and so you have to kind of always watch behind your back and, and be careful and look, and it has a kind of a funny twist. The title is called Sharky Waters because the piece is broken and people are supposed to laugh and when they see it and, catch the humor in it.
Some find humor in Santini's Diver series, showing a figure ready to plunge from common objects, such as a paint bucket or a paint roller.
The diver is just a very simple figure, not particularly female or a male. It's conveying the idea of using the object as a diving board so that the diver can throw himself into the unknown or the challenges of every day.
Her divers come in different patterns and sizes. This sculpture, called Module, stands outside Golfe Griffon des Sources in Mirabel, Quebec. This steel figure prepares to dive into a cultural center for the Italian community in Montreal.
The sculpture is called Trampolino, which means diving board in Italian.
The Leonardo Da Vinci Centre commissioned the 20-foot-tall work in the late 1990s. The diver appears on a large trowel, symbolizing the building trade that employs many Montreal Italians.
When it's, you put a piece in a public place, you have to take in considerations many other aspects. You have to make sure that your piece is, withstand the weather and it's secure for people to walk around it, to climb on it. Some people think that you're not supposed to touch the artwork, but I think it's kind of an old idea. I want actually the viewer or the public, to touch my work, to climb on it, to play with it. It's an interaction between the public and the piece of art.
Some divers ask to be touched.
These are salad tongs made out of bronze. Actually, their shape is made out of the shape of the diver. One is a fork and one is the spoon. And you're supposed to toss your salad with them. This is the paint roller made out of bronze. It actually swirls around and the diver dives off it. And this is the bell. And the diver is the handle of the bell.
Eggshells, vegetables, and household objects inspired a different sculpture series, one that complements Santini's skills in the kitchen.
Because I'm Italian and I like to eat well and to cook.
A trip to the market nourishes her creative urge.
I just walk around and look at the food and the fruits and the vegetables, and I get very inspired by their shapes and their color. And it suddenly clicks and I say, okay, well, I'll buy oranges or I'll buy artichokes. Artichokes, they have long stems, very long leaves, kind of petals and thorns. So it's the whole combination of very different shapes and colors. It just fascinates me. So I start to work with maybe one fruit and vegetable, and the more I work with it, the more I'm fascinated. I like to work with it until I exhaust my curiosity about the food.
Santini sculpts many pieces with real fruits or vegetables and a little clay. The piece is later cast in bronze. The orange sculpture has an unusually colored patina, flavoring the bronze with the illusion of real fruit.
The patina, it's a finish that you apply on the bronze, and usually it's brown, black, green, blue, but it's rarely orange.
Some of Santini's works stay in her Montreal home.
It is very pleasing to live with something beautiful. It's one of the big treats in life.
Many works have gone to private collections. And she's always happy to share her talent with the public, with outdoor sculptures such as Trampolino.
Many times, I've seen children climbing on it, people taking pictures with it. I think it makes an artist feel good about it, because, when someone buys it and keeps it in their private home, it's a very private relation. This way, anyone can enjoy it.
Find out more about this artist on her website, laurasantini.com.